Cheers. Thursday, July 31st, 2025 already. Wow. My summer is flying by. It got wicked hot yesterday. I didn't do a lot. I got one side cut off. So I got to move this over about an inch on both sides. I think I had 50 and 52. The difference was 2 inches, so an inch. So before I cut it off, the first thing I did was went with my punch. And I punched a hole in the top. Clear, legible hole where, not through obviously, but enough that I can see it. And that way I know where this center line is. So that'll help me out when I go to put those hats back on. But basically I'll be putting this in. I'm not going to put those on until I got this rear end installed underneath and bolted in place. And then I'll tack them, get the U-bolts out of the way, and weld them in. I don't really like doing this because what ends up happening is you end up getting crud on the inside of the tube too. So, not sure. I would have to take the axles out and get up in there and clean out the tube, which is probably what I'll end up doing. I may just throw a set of seals in it while I'm at it, just to be pull the seal and the bearing out, and take the hubs, all that off, and get up in there and clean it out. Put some new oil in. Or I might just weld it and say good enough because it ain't leaking now. Never know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I mean, I could go all the way on it. I do plan on making this my truck, my dependable truck, so maybe I'll spend a little more money on it. Thing is, if you don't clean out the slag that builds up on the inside, because when you're welding on the outside, on the inside it gets like a slag from the oil burn and turn into a hard, and it can get up in your bearings and stuff and cause premature wear. I've seen where a guy did it, and he also cut the tubes and shortened the rear end and everything and didn't pay attention to cleaning, and a big chunk went through the ring and pinion, and it took a big chunk out of the gear, conk. And it was when he was cutting the steel, some stuff got inside the tube. I mean, it's seen a lot of hack jobs in my life. Let's take a walk around. I want to show you guys that countertop. So I did the white. I know this camera is not a good camera, but I got one coat of poly on now, and I've got a couple of things that fell in that I have to get out. What I'm going to do is go over this whole thing with 1500 grit just to get any debris that fell into the clear. There's a couple spots here and there. So once I get just those areas knocked down, I'll put the final coat of clear on top, and that'll give me a double thick coat of a durable finish that's used on floors to walk on. So, I mean, I think if it's good enough to walk on, it's good enough for a countertop. And that's the plan. It's coming along. So, keep in mind, this is an apartment. This is not my house. I'm not going to live in here. I'm going to be renting to somebody that I really don't know. I don't need to spend thousands of dollars trying to get this apartment in perfect shape. I need to spend hundreds of dollars, not thousands. Still going to be doing a new door pretty soon here. Last thing I figured I'd do was the door. That way, moving stuff in and out. You know how it goes. You can damage a new door, scratch it, whatever. So the last thing I'll do will be the new door. Beautiful, beautiful day. I'm going to be pulling these trees out. Like I said, I don't like the way they touch the house, and I'm tired of cutting them. tried pulling them with the tripod, but I think the roots have got up underneath because I couldn't get that thing to budge. The roots have gone under the cement. So I'm going to take my Sawzall with a wood blade and just chop them down as close to the ground as I can get them. Going to be working on that pretty soon. I like the look of them, but it's the maintenance that kills me. It's just so much work having to cut these every couple of months. It's a pain in the balls along with all the rest of the stuff around here. So we got the fleet lined up here. Gonna be cutting grass, so once I cut the grass on the other side, I'll move them all over by the garage and cut this side. Thinking about the 36 going on sale real soon, but I gotta get it to run a little more reliable. I gotta figure out that glitch, the no start glitch. It's funny, if I hook the battery up, it'll start right now. But then if I get it warm, it gives me a hard time. It's weird. Clean the van truck up the rest of the way. And been thinking, I am definitely going to do something here. And my thought is to take this line across here and then dive it back down. So it'll look like this. You can see that contour all the way across, and then it'll blend into this. So the hood's going to come off. I'll make my marks and work on that. I haven't put the clear on this yet. That's why the white got so nasty. If the clear was on it, it would have been preserved. Just going to have to keep it clean until I'm ready to put the clear on here this fall. My mission this weekend, move the shed. That shed's going to get moved out in the back. I still didn't start the 54. I said I was going to do it. Never got to it yesterday. It got hot. And I basically, once I started, finished washing that truck, I went inside, had lunch, and never came back out. Just stayed in the house, turned the AC on for Connie. And I got in front of the fan over by my computer and said, you know what, I'm going to watch some videos and hang out. Okay guys, see what's going on here. We're going to cut some grass this morning. That's my plan. Push the mower around a little bit before it gets too hot. See what the temperature does. See what I do this afternoon. Later guys. From Rhode Island.